Hello, welcome to Top 10 Mods for Minecraft 1.16.4 for Fabric. So the first mod I want to show you is this mod called Inca. So this is a mod which lets you ride llamas, which is pretty cool. So you can simply press E on the llama and we can put the saddle on the llama. Now you can actually ride the llama. So what it means essentially is that if we put a chest on the llama, we can now move with a large number of items. Okay, now if we take another strong llama, we then ride one llama and we put a lead onto the next llama, we'll then be able to carry an infinite amount of storage through the world. And you'll note that all other tamed llamas will follow anyway. And you'll see if I remove the lead from that second llama, these other llamas will not follow. But simply by attaching the lead, you can see that they instantly start to follow. So this is a way, you only have to lead the second llama, and then an infinite number of extra llamas will then follow. If I simply punch this llama in the face, the llama will spit. And take a look at this glass bottle. You see it becomes a bottle of llama spit. And with the bottle of llama spit, we can uncraft leather items, including a saddle. We can also smelt out the llama spit, and that will become a bottle of spit. The next mod is really, really cool. So this is a mod called chest building blocks. You simply make these chests with a regular chest and planks, or an ender chest and obsidian. And that actually doubles your output as well, which is pretty cool. So what you can do with this mod is something really, really awesome. And that is this. You can make completely multi-block chests. And you can see it's going to work for all these different types of chests. And you'll notice as well, when you place, for instance, when you place the ender chest here, you can see it actually is going to change where the lock appears as well. So if you wanted to just have this eye texture, for instance, you could do it in that fashion. It looks super cool like that. And all of these chests are still accessible one by one. So now we have one of the coolest food mods that I think I've ever seen. And it's called Sandwichable. So this is really amazing. So around the world, you're going to find these things. They're called shrubs, right? So if you break a shrub, you're going to get, say, tomato seeds. Also could get onion seeds. Just break a few more. You see there's some lettuce seeds as well. And finally, you also get cucumber seeds. What we could do, we could plant the cucumber, the lettuce, the tomato, and the onion. These are going to have a net total of 5 growth stages. So you can see there's the cucumber growing. There's the tomato growing. There's the onion. Also put the shrub in a flower pot. And if you wanted to, you could also shear the shrub. And then when you break that, you're going to get a stick. So to begin making a sandwich, you're going to need a cutting board available in many different wood types. You're also going to want a knife, which is made with a couple of iron nuggets. So you could break some of these items, and you can see we're going to get a bunch of crops. And so what we can do is we can place our cutting board down, and we can just place the crop, say an onion, on the cutting board. We cut that, and you see we're going to get chopped onion. Let's just try a couple more. Tomato, we're going to get tomato slices. And what this is a way just to eat a little bit more quickly. So you see you eat that slightly more quickly than a normal piece of food. And it will restore a little bit of health to you, a little bit of hunger. Now you'll notice when you try to cut the cucumber, you're unable to do that. And we'll talk more about that a little bit later. Okay, you've also got this piece of bread here, which is obviously carbs. We cut that, we're going to get bread slices. So with the bread slices, you can actually put them into the toaster. So we're going to place the toaster down here, and you can see we've got 2 slots. So we've got a 2-slice toaster here, so we can place our toast in there, and we're going to shift right click on the handle to push it down like a normal toaster. So all the toasting recipes will take 12 seconds, and you'll hear a sound to know that it's done. And here we're going to get toasted bread slices. So to make a sandwich, you're going to want the sandwich table, just made with some smooth stone and some planks. So we can place our sandwich table down. And the way it works is, so for instance, we've got our toast here, put the toast down, say we wanted to have some onion on it, maybe a tomato on it as well, maybe some lettuce as well. And this is a small sandwich. And what it will do is it will add up all the values of the hunger that it restores. So you simply place that down, shift right click, the sandwich will pop off. And you can see the ingredients that are inside the sandwich. Just quickly before I forget, I'm using Better Leaves and D-Pixel. And also something from Inca that I forgot was the ancient fossil, which is found underground and can be smelted into nautilus shells. So something cool to make is this, which is cheese culture. And you can get it in a variety of different types. We've got the regular one, we've got creamy, we've got intoxicating, we've got sour, candescent, and also warped bleu. And these are ways to create different types of cheese that you can put into your sandwich. The cheese making process takes around 3 minutes. So to begin with, you're going to want to place down these basins. So you can see here, this is a basalt basin. It takes on the sound of the stone type. And begin by placing milk in there. And then you're going to just place the cheese culture in. So it'll take around 3 minutes. So while we're waiting for that, let's do something else. So in beach biomes and also ocean biomes, you're going to find this, which is salty sand. You'll notice, by the way, that as the cheese is fermenting, it will gradually start to take on the various different colours the eventual cheese will be. So we break this, we can see we're going to get this, which is going to be salt rock. We can craft that into salt. Now we can also make this, which is going to be like this. We'll take a slab and we're going to take 5 glass panes and we're going to put them around like that. It's going to get us a pickle jar. Now you remember I said I was going to talk about the cucumbers. Well, that time is now. We're going to fill this with water and then we're going to grab our cucumbers and we're going to put the cucumbers in here. You see they go in there. Now to begin the process we need to add some salt. And this is going to pickle the cucumbers. And what you'll notice, if you take a quicker look at this, over time this water is actually going to change colour. So another thing to mention is you can toast the mushrooms as well. And you can see as we go along here, you can see that these cheeses are becoming more fermented and the colour of the water of the cucumbers is also changing. So that will be done in about a minute. And let's just check on this. You can see there's our toasted fungus. You can also do kelp as well. Another thing you can do which is quite cool is if you put rotten flesh in there, it will smelt into burnt food. If you put the burnt food back in there, it was actually going to smelt into charcoal. So that's a pretty cool thing to do as well. You can see the water colour here is changing. Now you can see that when the cheese is going to be ready, you can see it starts to emit particles in the colour of the cheese. What this means is you can then withdraw the cheese and you're going to get a wheel of cheese. Now if you eat the wheel of cheese, you're going to get the nausea effect. So also you can see that the cucumber is also ready. So if we now right click the cucumber, you can see we're going to get a pickled cucumber. So the wheel of cheese can be placed in the cutting board and you can see we're going to get cheese slices. It works very well with the inventory. We'll put the pickled cucumber in there as well and we're going to get pickled chips. What's also cool is you can put a golden apple in there. It's going to get you apple slices. You can do it with a regular apple, but these are actually going to give you the golden apple effect, but just for half the duration. You can also put a raw pork chop in there. It's going to get you pork cuts. Another thing you can do is you can also cook any meat as well in the toaster, any raw meat. So you can see from this demonstration there's a lot of different foods that you can get. So for instance, I could make another sandwich, could put say a toasted warp fungus, a cheese slice, some pickle chips, some golden. It's not the most pleasant sandwich, but it just gives you an idea of just how many ingredients you can put in the sandwich. The final item you might want to look at is the Redstone Desalinator. You can place this down in here and you can see it needs redstone dust. And we're going to put some redstone dust in there. And what this is going to do is actually going to create salt directly out of the water in a ocean biome. So you can see it tells you what the salinity level. And there we go. You can see we've got some salt. So you can either use the salty sand or the Redstone Desalinator to get salt. Finally, one thing you definitely don't want to do is put any metal items into the toaster, because otherwise... Okay, so next up we've got a mod called Independent Pets. So we've got a tamed cat here. So this is also going to work with parrots and wolves. You'll notice the tamed cat, even though the tamed cat is ready to move, so there's the sit, so the cat will stay there. Here the cat will follow, but you see what this mod does is actually disables the follow, so the cat is actually not following you. What you can do is you can actually toggle by shift right clicking on the cat, and it says following enabled for target, and now when the cat is moving like this, you'll notice that when we move away, the cat is now following. Okay, now I want to look at a mod called Snow Mercy. So with this mod we need to make a frozen compass using a lodestone to start a Snow Mercy invasion. So you can also do this with commands, but we're going to do it the regular way. And this is just an event that is created. And there's no time to chill. A snow... Okay. Wow. So you can also just stop it by doing that. But yeah, that causes a huge amount of devastation. Okay, now we're going to look at a mod called All Stackable. So we're going to see if we can stack water buckets now up to 64. So it says set the stack size of water bucket to 64, default 1. So now when we put a water bucket on top, you can see we can actually have as many water buckets as we want in that. Works exactly how you might expect. Let's try with a bow, and we'll do that for 64 as well. Okay, it just puts it into the another slot then. Okay, so we can just set that stack size to 64. Now we can double click, and all those protection 1 books we had will go into one stack. Okay, here we have a mod called Discontinuous Beacon Beams. So what we're going to do is place some glass here, and you'll notice that the beam will stop at the glass. Let's now put some orange glass here, and you'll see the beacon will then start again. So this is a good way to have an area within the beacon beam that's actually not going to have any glass, but then you can still extend it further along. Let's try that one more time. You can see. So yeah, discontinuous beacon beams. Alright, we've got here some crying obsidian. In Minecraft, you can't actually use crying obsidian to make a nether portal, but this mod, slightly vanilla, does actually let you do it. So you can see we can create the nether portal like so. Now normally with a spawn egg, we would need to place it on the ground. But actually we can now throw the spawn eggs. And a dispenser can do it too. Also a handy note block screen. You can change the note here. I think the thing that's kind of unique about this one is that there's just a few little changes that are really cool, like throwing slime balls, for instance. Dispenser can also do that. Another cool feature, just leash the villagers. There's a few things about beds, setting respawn points. You can also disable the instant teleportation of the nether portal in creative mode. So one particularly cool thing is the respawn anchor can be used in the overworld. Okay, we've got a mod here called Extra Doors. So the main doors this mod adds are the gold, the bamboo, the glass, and the purple door. So we can open and close the gold door by hand. But if you give it a redstone signal, it will be locked. The bamboo door doesn't do anything with redstone. The glass door, if you give it a redstone signal, it will toggle it to the other state. So the purple door, if we're going to right click on it, just teleports you to the other side. Kind of unusual for a door to do that. Let's try seeing what happens if we put some sand there. Then it will just open because it sees that you'll be suffocating if you went into the door there. We also have glass variants of the regular vanilla doors. So it's exactly the same texture, there's just glass. Here we can see some of the other doors. And we also have the trapdoors as well, which also got the glass pane texture in there. And something like this, for example, let's have a look. Pretty awesome. And finally we have this mod called the lamps. All we've got is tall lamps and not so tall lamps. So here's the tall lamp, and there's the smaller lamp. So yeah, I think that will do it for this video. So thanks for watching.